Disco is one of the most lucrative games when it comes to reselling things in game for out of game currency. You can either sell it on Steam and basically get some money for some video games, or there's some people who even sell it for IRL money going into their PayPal. And over the years, Steam skins have been sold for a crazy amount. I mean, millions and millions of dollars have gone into these skins, and now the market is turned a little bit upside down. Now, if you haven't played CS:GO before, CS:GO is a FPS game that is, I mean, it's just insanely competitive. It's extremely difficult. I mean, the people that are insane at the game are insane for a reason. The game takes a lot of practice to get into, but one of the best things about the game is there's also very casual to it as well. Like when you're in the lower ranks or you're playing in a casual lobby and maybe you're just farming skins, it's a pretty fun time, in my opinion. Me and my boys used to literally sit up and legit do the calculations in our head to figure out how you could, buy up into a skin. And always, no matter what happened, there was so much hype behind getting a knife at the end of the day. And now, what did Counter Strike do? Well, they just made it where you can buy up for knives. And what does that mean, basically? So, knives originally were maybe a 0.001% chance or something like that. I'm sure the CSGO community has the real math. But then you would have the potential to get a bunch of different skins like reds, greens, blues, purples, whatever it was. So that's why getting a knife was so hype. Well, now if you get a red, which is still a pretty low chance to get a red, it's like a 2% chance or something like that, and, and you can get, I believe, 5 or 10 of these, you can trade up and you can just get a knife for free. Now, there's no math behind this as of yet, basically, but from what people are seeing, you can essentially get any knife as long as it would be within the collection that you are trading up for. And it's honestly kind of a cool update. I do want to say this. I think most people would say it is kind of a cool update. You get more people into the knife scene, but it's also like crashing the market. And this isn't to say it's good or bad in either way, really. Like at the end of the day, something like this was probably going to happen eventually with CS:GO skins, just because of how they have represented them over the years. Even a couple of years ago, I mean, a little bit before maybe 2018, skins were expensive, but they weren't that expensive. Skins actually didn't start getting crazy expensive until people started discovering the less than 1% skins. The skins that you have to get a certain pattern on. You have to pull a red, get a certain pattern on it, and it has to be like factory new. So that's like a 0.00001% chance or something like that to pull those skins. And that's really when the market kind of just skyrocketed out of nowhere, especially for older skins outside of, cubing and things. And I'll show you kind of what I mean. So people are basically Counter Strike 2 skins economy has entered free fall within 48 hours of Valve's October 23rd update, which allowed players to trade up 5 covert skins for knives or gloves. The total market cap has dropped from 6 billion to 3 billion, erasing billions in virtual value and leaving players questioning the future of the game of gaming's biggest digital economy. And I think that's what people don't understand a lot of the time. Like when you first hear about this, you're like, "Oh, boo hoo! You can't make money off the game anymore." But it's not like people are making a couple pennies. People are losing millions of dollars, right? And I think that's where we're stepping into a territory where it's like a lot of people don't fully understand the aspect. Imagine you had $1 million in your bank account and you woke up one day and it was reduced to 1 cent. That's basically what's going on here, right? Because a lot of people held those assets because either one, they couldn't sell them, or two, they were waiting for a rainy day. Because a lot of the people who have crazy good CSGO skins, I mean, one of the top rated CSGO skins of all time that sold for like $2 million or something like that is legit held by like a doctor. Because I think the kid was like, yeah, parents buy it for me. Like he's from China. He's like, buy it for me because it'll bring me good luck because it had like his lucky numbers on it, basically. So his parents bought it for him, and there's a lot of situations like this where there are skins that are truly tremendously valuable, but they're only valuable to obviously the people who play the game at the same time. I don't think the game's gonna die. I think the market will probably reshoot up once people learn the value of reds and learn how to trade them up and learn, you know, when you start getting to the point where you're like, oh, if we trade this red, this red, this red, this red, and this red up, then we can make the best pattern knife in the game. Then people are probably going to skyrocket those reds, because that's the thing that people don't realize is since it is a player brand market, you can still completely shove everything up to a crazy price. If knives are dropping, theoretically, which probably shouldn't even really be happening. Let's be honest. But if knives are dropping, then that just means everything else is going to go up. But yeah, it's just a little interesting thing to like look at. We'll see if we can. Here, let me see if I can open Steam real quick. I don't want to show my personal information. So, Steam. We got to go to like Steam Marketplace so I can show you guys some of the knives. So the average knife price was $100 for like even the worst of the worst knife. Um, I keep saying in this video, sorry, but yeah, for even the worst of the worst knife, it was $100. Kind of strike two. We'll go advanced knife search. Here you guys go. Main. So yeah, look at this. Like I mean knives that were going for like these knives were like $5,000 before, right? $300, $300. Let's see. Search by down. Cheapest knife right now is $79. Highest price knife is 2K. So that like they're still being like, yeah, well this is still technically rare. So, they're still keeping it. But this knife right here, let's say, which is one of the most beautiful knives in the entire game, was probably going for about 10K before. Yeah, but it's crazy to see how much of a price drop it is, and I don't really blame people for being bad about it. Like I said, the biggest thing is no matter if you like CS:GO, you don't like CS:GO, whatever. Just imagine your bank account. You woke up one day and your bank account was like minus 6K out of like nowhere. It's the literally the best way to put it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think. Maybe you're super into Counter Strike, maybe you're not, but maybe you're like me. Maybe you've tried to trade multiple times and you've gotten the worst luck of your entire career. But yeah, thank you guys for watching and have a wonderful night. Peace.